Good Tuesday, everyone. This is meteorologist Dave Snyder at the National Weather Service with Alaska statewide weather. Today's weather is the effect of two systems that are not going to budge over the next couple days. One of them is a pump pushing warmth and moisture up the west coast. That's in the form of low pressure across the central Bering Sea at 991 millibars. The other is a wall. That ridge or high pressure system at 1,036 millibars is also not going to move. And sitting across the Gulf of Alaska, both of those systems are in perfect position to keep that warm and wet air moving up the west coast of Alaska. The rain has begun across the Alaska Peninsula and will continue through the Yukon and Kuskokwim Delta, through Norton Sound and the Seward Peninsula, and into Kotzebue Sound in the northwestern slopes of the Brooks Range. Now, especially the south-facing slopes are going to be the places that get the heavier or at least more steadier rainfall, and several inches of rain are possible in these areas, and flood watches will remain up for those regions there. One exception, though, yesterday we were talking about flood watches for the interior of the Seward Peninsula and the southern coastline of the Seward Peninsula, including Nome. Those are now flood advisories, so we're not expecting nearly as much water in those places, or at least the threat for flooding has diminished. So we'll continue to watch that. It doesn't look a whole lot like it's going to dry up, but it looks like there might be fewer flooding concerns in those regions. What you should take away and remember is, though, that pretty persistent wet weather will continue across the Kobuk and Noatak valleys, across the lower and middle Yukon Valley, and the Seward Peninsula, and the YK Delta, and along the southwest coast through Bristol Bay and the Alaska Peninsula. Expect more of that for Wednesday. If you're east of, let's say, Tanana and all the way down from the Alaska Range eastward through Prince William Sound and the Alcan border, Eagle, Tanana Valley, things look fantastic for Wednesday. Temperatures will be warm. Look for readings in the 60s and 70s for the interior, 50s and 60s for south central with occasional clouds and maybe some pop-up showers across the Cook Inlet and the Kenai Peninsula region. For southeast, your weather couldn't be better. Look for a dry day. Very few clouds, in fact, and a great day to be outside. The weather should be quite calm, and seas will probably be fairly small through the period. A look out to the west shows the weather pattern is changing a little bit, with low pressure approaching the western parts of the Aleutians and up toward the Pribilofs. A little bit of a disturbance may signal a little bit of a change in the weather as we head toward Friday, with drier weather shaping up for southwest. With Alaska statewide weather, this is meteorologist Dave.